Hey, y'all, it's your boy Ace Billions, Billionaire Mafia podcast. Thanks for joining us today. I got my guy and my cousin, my family here, Lucky, financial expert, financial literacy advocate. He specializes in building people's credit and mindset, overall mindset. He started off in the gym and the fitness, just as I did. We leveled up. We decided to take fitness to the finance world and get this money together.
Yeah, when it came down to the whole fitness thing, I think initially what happened for me, by opening up a business, I understood that there were stages of business.
Right.
I jumped in because I was thinking that just because I lift weights and I had got a certification, that I would be successful in business.
Right.
But how I was mistaken.
What made you switch it up? Like, what made you want to go from?
Well, ultimately, what happened was I ran into this. I was doing some networking,
Mm.
and I was trying to find some more people to that I can recruit to come into the gym.
Mm.
And what happened with that was I happened to run into this one group, okay, and it was an MLM group,
Mm.
and they were teaching financial literacy on the lower level.
Right.
They
Right.
was just teaching the basics.
Was it like Primerica or something?
No, actually, what it was this thing called, and I ran into to some of them around the
Oh
same
yeah.
time as well. But I ran into this group. It was actually called Life Leadership.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
so basically, what they did was they taught me how to read. Before this, I didn't read,
Right.
but they taught me how to. Their whole motto was read, associate, and listen to basically keep good things in your ear as far as different speakers. So they
Okay.
had
Your
their own.
subconscious.
Correct. So
Right.
they had their own speaker platform, and their platform was based on just financial literacy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So once I learned the basis of that, because I've always been good at saving my money. You know what I mean? But what I did was, once I saved my money, all I knew how to do was, you know, all I knew how to was to do was, hustle and put that money back into the streets.
Right. Right.
Is what I
Right.
knew how to do. So further that I had, I continued to read, I continued to learn. Then after that, me and my wife actually bumped into this one lady, and she was teaching financial literacy. She was
Mm.
teaching us the credit aspect of things. Wonderful woman. I seen this lady and her husband get rich. I seen their whole process of just, of financial elevation.
Right.
That was, phenomenal to me. And that's what made me know that it was possible. But not just that, I knew from when I first stepped into the meeting with Life Leadership,
Mm.
I knew that this was something I had been missing my whole life.
Mm.
And I was wondering why it had never came to me before. But nobody in the family ever taught it to me. Nobody ever shared these things to me. I was just, quote unquote, a nigga with money.
What's
You know
that?
what I mean?
Nah, for
you
real.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
That had no true direction,
Yeah.
you know. But, and
So
then
did you take more? Did you get a lot out of the mentorships from a lot of people? Like, did that help you a lot? Like, propel you to have a mentor, or did you see results from finding people to gather the information and execute the information? People that already pretty much did it or been there before.
I think once you find a mentor, and you find somebody that you can resonate with,
Right.
I think it's a cheat code. You know what I
Mm.
mean? But ultimately, I think, a lot of people are scared because you have to buy into a person. And my thing
That
is
investment.
correct,
Yeah.
correct. And my thing is I feel that if somebody is giving value, you know what I mean, or being that I had learned some of these things
Mm.
prior to running into these particular people, because a lot of times for me, just being on the internet and reading books, you got to kind of, you know, um, you got to kind of, make all these things, and you got to put them all together
Right.
in a congenial way.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the thing is, once you get somebody to hold your hand and they tell you, okay, this step, that step, this step, that step, it's something, you know what I mean? It's something totally different.
Yeah.
It gives you that, you know what I mean, that clear direction, you know what I mean, and that,
Yeah,
that
because a lot
narrow
of people would
path.
be taking false steps. You got to figure everything out by yourself. That's kind of where the route that I went to. I had to figure everything out on my own.
For
Like it
sure,
was
for sure.
never like a person or specific person for me to go to. I found most of the information in books,
Most
which
definitely.
they was the dead people was probably the best mentors that they
I
lived the
feel
whole
you.
life. They live
It's
a full life. So
most definitely, most
like
definitely.
from the start to the finish. So I learned everything I've learned from consistently reading books. Um, I take pride in how many books I read. I
Most
read about
definitely.
like 60 books a year
That's
easily.
what's
Like
up, cuz I don't
so,
read that many.
yeah.
I don't read that
I got a
many.
home library, and
Yeah,
I dive into the books. I'm still like a student at the end of the
for
day,
sure, for sure.
consistently, and I feel like that same thing as you, like finding a mentor and investing the money into the mentor. It's hard for me to do it just because I don't know if the people are actually doing the business, or is their business mentorship.
Correct,
So
correct.
how do you, can you explain that to me? Like, how do you separate a fake from the real? Like,
So I've been lucky enough. I've had two mentors,
mm,
and God has blessed me. I mean, I believe that every blessing comes from God, but it comes through people. Okay, so God has blessed me in a way to where both of my mentors, I've seen them both. You know what I mean? Step by step by step. You know what I mean? Get to their, you know what I mean? Get to their higher level.
right,
And the way I seen it was like they just started, and I was like basically one of their primary, you know what I mean, primarial customers.
right,
You
right,
know what I
right.
mean? And I seen that, and I was like, damn.
So they changed your life first. You went through the process first.
Yeah, basically, you know
Yeah,
what I mean. They've helped to give me further information in order to for me to build on. You know
right.
what I mean, for sure, because we all understand that it's a journey.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and through that, I mean, I think with my mentors, I've received, the goal for me is freedom, period. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially being where we come from. You know what I mean? And I think ultimately what's given me the gumption to go ahead and jump out there is because I mean, I've always been a risk taker, but I think I mean, growing up in the environment that I grew up in, it made me the risk taker I am today. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think it's all just you have to be. It's all just a feeling thing. It's an
So
energy thing.
what about, because a lot of people talk about financial freedom,
Uh huh.
and like I'm starting to see like that be a trend. What
Hmm.
about how important is like financial structure?
Well, you can't have freedom unless you have structure. You
Right.
can't have freedom unless you have structure. You have to have a number one is structure. But I think that financial that's like I was saying about the process. You feel me? I think that what I mean, the financial freedom is the end result. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right. That's
You
the
can't.
ultimate goal.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's
Yeah.
the end result. But you gotta have the structure, man.
Can you talk more about like the structure of financial freedom? Because like we was just talking, and you said right now I'm in a stage in my life where I was in fitness,
Hmm.
and I'm doing a transitional period where trying to find that that niche. Right now, I have skills,
Hmm.
right? I'm
Correct.
developing these skills with marketing, sales,
Correct.
investing, speaking, and creating a structure with my skills is like right now I'm free. I can go work here, I can do this,
For sure.
I can go to Hawaii and still make money.
Right. Right.
But in order to do that on a, how you say, a longevity level,
Hmm.
on a consistent level where it's sustainable for me, I need that structure, which is like you said, is going to be Empower.
Hmm.
And under Empower are these departments. And how would you structure your finances in order for you to be free? Like, what's the steps to financial freedom, if you would?
I mean, I think the steps to financial freedom is ultimately you have to know where you're going,
Right.
what you want to do. You
Mm.
have to have, you know, what defines you. You
Right.
know what I mean? What defines you? Where are you going? And what will get you? What is the vehicle that will? You need a vehicle to
The
get you
vehicle, yeah, because you
to
can't
that.
drive two cars,
You're
three cars.
correct.
You hop in three cars and think you gonna make it
Correct,
to.
correct,
Yeah.
correct, correct. And who knows, you know what I mean, that vehicle may, you know what I mean, be a little, you know what I mean, tinkered in the beginning, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
Yeah.
you know what I mean, next thing you know, you're able to, next thing you know,
You
it
got a
look like
Rolls
one of
Royce
them,
and the Benz and the
yeah, yeah,
BMW.
for sure. I mean, it might be one of them old 64s or something, or you
Yeah.
might like a dunk, who knows?
Facts.
But before that, it was a rust bucket,
That was
you
the
feel me?
that was the vehicle of choice. Facts.
They see you tinkering along in your rust bucket, you know what I mean? Tinkety tack, 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 tick, tack. You
Nah,
know,
for real though.
yeah, then next thing you know what I mean? You took it to the shop, you waited on the process, and then now, it's came out, you know what I mean, and it's blinging and it's shining, it got nice rims and so on and so forth.
Right.
You know what I mean? Metaphorically speaking.
Right.
But yeah, I would say yeah, man, it's just about when it comes to that, yeah, you just you have to know where
Where to start?
yeah, where to start. Where to start. Like I said, I started initially with that, and it's a journey. Everybody has a different journey.
Right.
Everybody's journey is different, and I think what I mean, when it boils down to it, what I mean, what me and my cousin struggled with is basically, finding, and I think everybody does. What I mean, it's always been hard to find people that are on the same level as you, that want to do the same thing as you,
Exactly.
or make it to a certain point in life as you.
And
And I think, from the streets to the gym to the, to working a job to, whatever the case may be, I think we live in a world of mediocrity.
I think so too. I agree. No, I agree. I
You was
agree.
quick on that.
Yeah. I think so too.
For sure.
I think a lot of people is they accept the average
Yeah,
and they do the bare minimum.
for sure. For
And
sure.
it's
For
like,
sure.
and they expect the most out of it. Like
Most definitely.
entitlement of people is crazy nowadays.
Oh,
Like you could do nothing and expect the world. And I can't really I can't relate
right. For
because
sure.
I'm
For
willing to
sure.
do whatever it takes to get to this next level, to get to my goals and
Most definitely.
to achieve what I want to achieve. And right now it's taking me to go through a rebuilding process, renovation process, and it might go for everybody. Like
Right.
everybody might have those points where they might be at their lowest points, or they might have to regain their feet or rebuild. But um, what makes me, I was telling my wife this, what makes me motivated every day is that I'm not afraid to work hard.
For sure. For sure.
And until I fit the pieces in of the puzzle fall together as I bust my ass.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna sit there and tinker with things to try to figure out and be strategic at the beginning. I'd rather go hard,
Sure.
bust renovate this shit out, and then we can see where we going from there clearly. Versus trying to build on a fucked up foundation. You know what I mean? I'll renovate. We can rebuild. We'll demolish everything and then demo everything and then come back on something stronger and something real. Because at some point when you're in your beginning stages in life, you could build your house out of cards, a house of cards that's easily can be torn down by just not having a virus or having a bad person in your group. Like empires unfurled just because there was one weak link or one bent card. Like
that movie with Frank Lucas.
Yeah, exactly. We got one weak link to tear your empire down. And I just wanted to get rid of all the weak links.
For sure.
And if it had me to wash my hands with everybody and everything and let go of anything that was attached to those things and those people, then I had to do it. Because I mean, shit, I'm still here as long as I'm still breathing, still got the knowledge that I got from all the books and from all the things that I've learned. Then rebuilding is just time now. It's not starting over. Now it's just like taking everything that I learned and applying it and trusting myself. And it's like people ain't gonna see it. Yeah, exactly. People ain't gonna see it. People not gonna they're not gonna believe and they're not gonna understand what you're doing until it's done. Everything, like even with you, like it was like it looked like you doing. This is how I started though. This is how I started the gym. And before the gym, I was a promoter. I was a host. I was security. I had an event planning company. I was selling everything, selling cars with my dad, selling weed, doing everything I can, hustling because I knew that when I had money in my pocket, I can think clear and I can be strategic with certain things and I can be building on the side. So a lot of people say quit your job, stop hustling, stop doing. I believe in I believe keep doing that and build on the side. At those last 4 hours a night, you should be building your business. But don't sacrifice everything the your household or your family, especially with you if you got kids. Don't sacrifice everything because you're not the that's selfish to me. Like I gotta make sure I'm willing to do whatever it takes and build my skills of perseverance and resourcefulness while I learn and build this empire that we have set with Empower. Empire to empower. Yeah.
And the thing is, when you said that, people may think, something, it really don't matter what anybody thinks.
Right.
Ultimately, what it boils down to is, from the outside in, I know who, I see who you are.
Right.
I see a lot of aspects of, of you and me, or me, however you say it.
Yeah.
So I see aspects of that, and the thing is, I can tell that, you're a hard worker. I can tell that, I can tell that you're on your, your shit constantly.
Yeah.
That ain't no mystery to me.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, I know the ones that aren't.
Yeah.
It's clear to see the ones that aren't. But ultimately, I know that, anybody that knows you, they know that as well. And then, you were saying that also you had the clean house. I don't have any friends. You know what I mean? I have very few. You know what I mean? Probably I only have one homeboy I fuck with out here. You know what I mean? And now me and you linking up. Other than that, man, I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's tough. It's real.
You know what I mean?
It's real, especially when you trying to when you got goals that people can't fathom. I told one of the people that like which kind of like turned me off to the businesses that I had. We had one of my partners that we ended up splitting up. We I told him I wanted to reach the masses. Like my goal was big, like,
for sure.
and he couldn't. He was just wanted to make sure he was good.
Right.
And his family was good.
Right.
And I don't see myself living this earth without leaving a mark and helping people and empowering people and building something big, man, leaving a mark on this world, like for real. Like people gonna feel me. And
so one thing I always say about that is, I didn't hustle. I didn't, own businesses, and I didn't did, different things. And the thing is I always say this: people only want what they want. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they want, this is the top here.
Yeah.
Most people, they'll get what they want from you. If you have your eye on the prize, which is up here, a lot of people, they'll get what they want from you and they'll be happy and then they'll go that way.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? This person, they get what they want and then they'll be happy and then they'll go that way, and so on and so forth. But nobody wants to climb that complete hill with you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? All the way to the top, which is unfortunate. Because guess what? If we climb the hill all the way up to the top, everyone gets what they want. You know what I mean?
I don't think people want to give.
Tenfold.
I don't think people willing to give what it takes to get there.
No, they're not.
Like,
they're not.
They want to get what it. They want to get it. Like everybody want to receive. But I believe, and I've seen that when I'm giving value, I'm more fulfilled and I'm richer.
Correct.
I got more money. Correct. I got more resources. I know I got more help on the back end, more support. But when I'm just trying to get it, Like,
for sure, for sure.
because right now I'm at a point where I go to different companies and I see what they're missing out their company, and I say, how can I help y'all?
Right, right.
Well, how can I be of help? How can I be of assistance? And a lot of people, like a lot of investors, a lot of like business people, they feel like they got to have money to make money.
Right.
I believe now. I believe truly that an asset isn't what you invest in. It's you the asset. Correct. I can literally come into a business and bring value to that business and boost their income and boost their revenue. And it's like I'm invested in that business now. For sure. I get a part. I get a percentage of the profits of the profit share. So right. It's just at this point right now, like building your skills, building your resources, building your network, and then building your circle, your inner circle, is the most important structure to me for freedom. Like this is the free. This is me being free. If I can build my skills, build my resources, build my network, and then build my inner circle, I'll feel free. For sure, for sure. Because I know people got my back, and I don't got to worry about every tedious little thing, and I'm building with people that's quality people. So
most definitely, and I think what it boils down to when it comes to that, you have to find what people are good at and just let them do that.
Right, right, right.
You know what I mean? I believe, a lot of times when you're a high achiever and you have a high achiever mind, you expect that out of everyone else.
Right.
And the majority of people don't have a high achieving mind. I think, dang, it was another point I wanted to make. It was on the tip of my tongue. But before I get to that, you know what I mean? I would like to say that this cat's dad is the one that actually showed me how to wrap up weed, put it in a box, and send it out of state. He did that. All right.
Facts.
For sure, he did that. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? You know who you are. You know what I mean? We shouldn't say his name on here, but we know who you are. Yeah. I appreciate that. Okay, but anyways,
yeah, but yeah, so I mean, that's the biggest thing. We're gonna conclude, but the biggest thing is just that we all come together at the end of the day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. So when it comes together, this was a good point too. You know what I mean? When it comes down to, money is something that you said that as far as, you know what I mean, you feel that you are, you know what I mean, the money isn't the vehicle, you are the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is I think, you know what I mean, I read something a long time ago, and this was actually in the, you know what I mean, the book that I got from the program Life Leadership. It said long time ago, and this is something that stuck with me. It said money is not, you know what I mean, money is just a tool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's like a hammer. You know what I mean? It's just a tool, and a lot of and the thing is people believe that, you know what I mean, money is just something tangible given to you for the energy that you expound. That's all it is. You know what I mean? But your energy, and the more energy that you have as far as being able to bring people together and y'all working together and you guys creating synergy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Is the key.
Right.
You feel me? That's just like if you have a building, you know what I mean, and that building needs to be built. You can't complete that building unless the people that build the foundation come in. You have to build the foundation first. That's another thing you said about, you know what I mean, about the foundation. The Bible says that basically there was a man that built his foundation on sand, you know what I mean, and there was a man that built his foundation on rock.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the man's foundation that, you know what I mean, was built on sand, basically it crumbled.
Right.
You feel me? It was weak sand, like ocean sand. Okay. But where else was I going with that? I lost my thought again. So going back to the energy and the synergy part of things, when you're able to get people together, and like I was saying, for instance, if you're building a building, and that building, you know what I mean, you need all these people to come in, the electrician and all these people, and then guess what? Then you have a complete building.
Right.
But until then, you know what I mean, you have nothing but the foundation.
Right. That's real.
You know, so people nowadays are so worried about the wrong thing. They're
Yeah.
worried about the money. Money ain't shit. You know what I mean? It's all about the energy, and you know what I mean, the energy you are willing to expound, and you know what I mean, the love that's willing to be shown as you spread that energy. And we live in a world that's nowadays that's, you know what I mean, yeah. Stop listening to the to the social media and all that bullshit, man. I got y'all fucked up. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Y'all don't realize, you know what I mean, what your true power is.
Yeah.
As you know what I mean, as God's greatest creation. You know what I mean? But you can't get nothing done unless you know what I mean, get it done with other people and you guys are in complete agreement. Just like that building that you're in or that car you're driving in right now.
Facts.
Yeah, I needed to get that out
Well,
there.
I appreciate you
For
coming through,
sure. No
checking
doubt.
me
No
out.